In 1933, one man did what no one thought possible. He attempted to ride a unicycle across the United States. His name was Walter Nilsson, and he was a circus performer turned adventurer who took his skills beyond the ring and into history books. This is the story of Walter's epic journey, a feat of endurance, balance, and courage on one wheel. Walter Nilsson was born in 1908, and his life revolved around the circus. As a trained acrobat and unicyclist, he honed his skills under the big top. But Walter wasn't content to just perform for audiences. He wanted to push the limits of what he could do. In 1933, he set his sights on something almost unthinkable at the time, a cross-country journey on a unicycle from New York to Los Angeles, covering more than 3,000 miles. This was during the Great Depression, a time when travel was difficult, especially without modern equipment or roads. Yet Walter was determined to take his act out of the circus tent and into the world. Starting in New York, Walter set off on an arduous journey. Riding a unicycle over long distances is nothing like riding a bicycle. There's no handlebar, no gears, and no suspension to soften the bumps. Each mile demanded intense concentration, balance, and physical strength. Roads back then were rough, with many still unpaved, and Walter faced every possible weather condition along the way. His route led him through cities and rural towns, through sun, rain, and likely mud and gravel. Newspapers began to pick up on his story, and locals would gather to see this one-wheeled wonder rolling through their towns, marveling at the sheer ambition and grit of his quest. He balanced himself on top of an 8.5-foot-high unicycle. The king of unicycles continued 3,306 miles for 117 days without ever falling over. It was a spectacle that drew crowds in small towns across America. People were inspired by the courage and determination he showed on the road. For many, seeing a lone man journeying on a single wheel, defying both practicalities and norms, was a welcome distraction during hard times. Through the local press, word of Walter's progress spread. His journey brought a mix of admiration and disbelief, with some cheering him on, and others perhaps doubting he'd make it. Yet, he kept pushing forward, showing that with resilience, even the most unconventional paths could lead somewhere extraordinary.